It's Tuesday, and welcome back. In today's lesson, now we get to the crime. Yesterday we talked about the fact that Cain had a hard heart problem, and it resulted in a failure to love his own brother. Now, where do we get that from? Well, the author of the lesson calls our attention to 1 John 3 and 12. But I'd like to draw your attention to both verses 11 and 12. And we read, "For this is the message which you have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another, not as Cain, who was of an evil one and slew his brother. And for what reason did he slay him? Because his deeds were evil, and his brothers were righteous." Now, did you catch that? John is telling us that Cain's problem was a failure to love his brother, which in turn affected his relationship with God. Again and again, the Bible makes it clear that love is key to a personal relationship with God. So what's a God to do with someone like Cain? He does what God always tries to do. He tries to save Cain. But Cain will have none of it. Instead of allowing God to fix his hard heart problem, he simply allowed his heart to grow harder. And as he did, his anger grew. The Bible says that Cain rose up. Now, the use of these words "rise up" is most appropriate, since rising up of Cain to kill his brother is a direct consequence of the falling of his countenance. When Abel's offering was accepted, but his was not. The history of crime shows that when given the opportunity, hatred often leads to murder. And that was the point that Jesus was trying to make in Matthew 5 when he said that hating your brother is really the same as murder. This whole story reminds us that sin is a heart problem. Jesus talked about this in Matthew 15 and 19. "For out of the heart comes evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witnesses, slanders." I mean, make no mistake, Cain's crime was that he killed his brother. But his bigger crime was a failure to change his heart, which led to the greatest sin of all, a failure to love God and a failure to love others. Well, that was our Sabbath School Nugget for today. Again, thank you for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow.